How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Today, I'm stoked to kick off a special project, building a dresser for my son. I grabbed these awesome plans from the Kreg website, and let me tell you, they've got everything. A full material list, a spot-on cut list, and all the tools you need to put this thing together. It's going to be sturdy, stylish, hopefully, and perfect for my kid. Now, obviously, I'm not big enough to be sponsored, so I'm literally only using Kreg's website because they have such amazing plans, and they're all free. Go check them out. So the first thing we're going to tackle is the dresser sides. So you're going to have three different sets of 2x2 boards. One's going to be 14 inches long, the other's 31 inches long, and the other's 34 inches long. So what you see me doing here is just grabbing some prime scrap 2x4s that I found in the shop. And I'm basically just squaring up the edges right now so that I can get a decent starting point. Once I square up the edges, we'll go ahead and measure out 14, 31, and 34 inches long. And since we want 4 of each, we're going to take these to the table saw later on, and we're going to rip them in half. That way, you don't have to worry about going to the store and trying to find random 2x2 lumber. Just remember, you can make it yourself. Alright, so what you want to do now, head over to your table saw, set your fence to where you can slide a 2x4 on end in between the saw blade and the fence, and guess what? There's your 1.5 inches. So after this, grab your PPE and get ready to cut. Grab your PPE and get ready to cut your 2x4s in half. It's that simple. And once you get done, you'll have everything you need for the sides and stretchers of your dresser. And as you can tell, my table saw does not have a guard on it, so I will be using a special contraption right there to make sure that I don't lose any phalanges. And if you think this is something that you need or would like, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below so you can pick one up yourself. Whenever I finish a job, I'll just go ahead and vacuum everything up. My shop's not very big, and, well, the mess piles up pretty quick. Because these are scrap pieces of 2x4, and I want to make it easier on myself later on while sanding, I'm going to go ahead and get my bench top joiner, and I'm just going to clean up all 4 edges of every single piece. And as always with any joinery type work, even if it is on 2x4s, you always want to double check and make sure everything's square. While I'm joining these pieces, I'm actually only taking about 1/16 of an inch off. It's not that much. It's just enough to open up the pores, make it a little easier to sand later on, and get every single side nice and square. What you're going to see me do next is really basic Kreg jig pocket hole type stuff. So I do not have a very expensive pocket hole jig. As you can see, it's just that little bitty sucker. I can only do 1 screw at a time, basically. So luckily, these are 2x2s. And 1 screw will be plenty with a little bit of wood glue. Yeah, I'm not going to make you sit through all of this. I just wanted to let you know the process if you were to use one of these single pocket hole jigs, what you can expect. You definitely need a clamp, a decent drill, and some patience. So yeah, we're just going to fast forward here a little bit. I don't need to appease the YouTube algorithm or anything. But it is pretty time consuming if you don't have the nice jig. But that'll be coming later. Alright, I don't know about you, but I think it's time to finish step 2 of this assembly. So now we're going to assemble our 2x2 frame according to that diagram I showed you earlier, and wood glue the ends. And you absolutely want to use wood glue here because a single screw is not going to do anything, and you have face grain going up to end grain. So your likelihood of success here is strictly tied to the wood glue that you use. The fastener is not going to hold it by itself. And voila! We have one side done. Time to repeat after we wipe off some glue. So now we can move on to step 3, which is actually assembling the dresser frame. We're going to take the 34-inch long piece of the 2x2. We're going to pocket hole each side so that we can screw it into the dresser sides that we made earlier. And we might get a standing structure after this. So as you can see, got it on my table saw right now. I do have a nice long pipe clamp. Ooh, nice catch. Anyways, I got a nice long pipe clamp down, and that's going to bring the structure together while I'm trying to pocket hole it. So obviously we're going to use glue, we're going to use pocket hole screws, and see if we can get this sucker standing on its own. Alright, so as we finish up making the dresser frame, one thing you want to consider is sanding. So right now would be a perfect time to just stop and start sanding everything. If you go back to the original drawing, you'll see that 3/4 inch plywood's supposed to be installed in the side panels right now. Well, obviously I didn't do that. So what we're going to do is I need to make a run to either Lowe's or Home Depot or my local guy's lumberyard. Go grab some 3/4 inch plywood, finish filling in the holes, and we'll get this sucker knocked out. But right now, I got to get ready for work. This is part 1 of the dresser build for my son. I got a few more days before my wife and kids come back, so hopefully I can surprise them once they get back with a new dresser. And that'll be in the next video to come. So I appreciate you. I love every single one of you. Make sure you like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you found it educational. And be ready for part 2.